Welcome to the Explainer. I am so thrilled to have you here today. Look, if you have ever stared at a trading chart and just felt completely overwhelmed by all the noise, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving into a comprehensive technical overview of a tool that's literally designed to bring absolute clarity to your screens. We're talking about the MammothEXPRIMO strategy. We're going to break down exactly how its indicators work, unpack the underlying logic, and go through it all step by step.
So here's the big question, right? How do you actually navigate market chop without getting faked out? I mean, it's the eternal struggle for day traders. You get chopped to pieces in a sideways market, you jump in on what looks like a breakout, and then you just watch the price instantly reverse. It's frustrating, it completely drains your account, and honestly, it really tests your discipline. Well, okay, let's dive into this, because MammothEXPRIMO was actually built specifically to solve this exact problem, both visually and automatically.
All right. To really understand how this works, we need to look at the exact setup detailed in our source material. MammothEXPRIMO is an automated trading strategy, and it's designed exclusively for the NinjaTrader 8 platform. In the data we're looking at today, it's being run on the MNQ, that's the Micro E-mini NASDAQ 100, and specifically the September contract. And this is crucial. It's operating on a 5-minute chart. What that means is, every single price bar you see painted on your screen represents exactly 5 minutes of market action. Getting this framework straight right out of the gate is absolutely essential, because all of the strategy's underlying logic is scaled to this specific time frame.
Now, getting this powerful logic onto your own charts is honestly incredibly straightforward. First, you literally just import the strategy file right into NinjaTrader 8. Second, you pop open the strategies menu, find the strategy name, and then configure your parameters right there on the right side. And finally, you just check the box to enable it. That's it. Once enabled, the strategy immediately populates your chart. It's a totally frictionless setup, really designed to get you analyzing the market through its lens almost instantly.
Okay, moving on to Section 2, decoding the visual indicators, seeing the market clearly.
What's truly brilliant about this color coding system is how it translates super complex market action into instant, undeniable visual cues. It's kind of like having a decoder ring for the market. So when the market is in a chopping situation, all the bars are painted white. Easy. When the system identifies an entry, that specific signal bar is painted gold. If a long trade is initiated, the entire background of your chart turns blue. And, as you might guess, if a short trade is initiated, the background turns red. You don't have to sit there and guess what the market is doing anymore. The software literally enforces your visual discipline by explicitly telling you what's happening.
Let's actually contrast the chopping situation with a valid trend to see why this matters. During chop, the strategy paints the bars entirely in white. This is basically it screaming at you to stay out. The market is just grinding sideways and it stays white until that chop finally breaks out into either a downtrend or an uptrend. But once a valid trade happens, boom, the background boldly paints blue for a long or red for a short. This stark contrast is what protects you. It literally ties your hands during those dangerous white bar periods and gives you a glaring green light when a true trend actually establishes itself. So let's talk about the actual execution mechanic, because this is crucial. You see a gold signal bar appear, which tells you an entry is imminent. But when does the trade actually trigger? Well, the entry rule is strict. The trade executes on the open of the next bar. After that gold bar closes, the very open of the following bar is exactly where you enter the market. From there, the market trades and eventually, ideally, hits your set target. It's incredibly precise, it's totally mechanical, and it completely removes human hesitation from the equation.
All right, Section 3. Filters and trade optimization, automating your discipline.
The colors are fantastic, absolutely, but they are driven by a really robust set of built-in filters. The true power of this strategy is that these filters are actively working behind the scenes to eliminate unnecessary trades. You know those awful moments in a white bar chopping market where it looks like it might break out, but then it just fails immediately? Yeah, the built-in conditions filter those bad setups right out. It is actively calculating to keep you safely on the sidelines until a true, valid breakout occurs based on the conditions you've set. It's basically automating your trading discipline. And the best part, you have absolute control over those conditions. Right through the Strategies menu, you can customize the parameters to fully optimize the software for your specific trading needs. You can set your exact profit targets and your protective stop losses. You can define your trading timeframe preferences depending on your own personal style. But perhaps most importantly, you can actually change the period for the chopping situation based on the exact instrument you're trading. We all know different instruments behave differently, right? Well, MammothEXPRIMO allows you to tune the chop sensitivity to perfectly match whatever market you are looking at.
And finally, Section 4. Start your 30-day trial. Put the logic to the test.
So we've just explored how this elegant, surprisingly simple software setup translates incredibly complex price action into these clear white, gold, blue, and red signals. It has this immense potential to fit your specific needs by keeping you safely out of the chop and getting you right into the real trends. So here's my final question to you. Are you ready to stop guessing and actually start seeing the trends clearly? If you want to see exactly how this works on your own charts inside NinjaTrader 8, you can install MammothEXPRIMO right now with a free 30-day trial. Get in there, explore the logic, tweak the parameters, and see for yourself if it brings that necessary clarity to your trading day. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, happy trading!